Sorry about that. Hopefully everybody can hear me now. We were having a bit of a problem with audio there. Hopefully everything is still connected. If someone would just let me know if, okay, perfect. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate your help. Thank you for sending me the chat box. Okay, so let me restart real quickly. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining the ETi session for the web portal walkthrough. We're going to be going through very briefly how to get to our site, how to log in. For those of you that have team members that are not actively registered to our Rep Portal, I highly suggest that you do so. You can actually contact our customer service team. That would either be Betsy or Sonia, or you can contact Felicia Akakis or Alina in marketing, and they'll be happy to quickly get you set up. Usually the process takes approximately 5 or 10 minutes. Once you say, hey, I need to get set up on the portal, they'll be able to do that for you. So what I'm going to do is pretend as if I am a user that already has a password. So for starters, you would go to our website, etissl.com. When you go to our website, it's going to pull you up onto our main home screen. I'm going to touch through a couple of items here for you, just so you get an idea of what's available. Your top pane here, this is obviously your home button. It's going to take you back to your home section. This has all of our products. This is our documents library, which I'll touch base on briefly. Our documents library covers all of our specification sheets. So if you don't feel like going and looking for an individual product, you can actually go to the documents library, find that particular document you need. And the documents available there are the instruction manual, the LM79 file, as well as the specification sheet. Where to buy is going to have information on where your distributors are located, if you are a contractor, or if you wanted to know if you were going into a certain city, who's associated with ETi. You'd be able to pull that up when you're traveling in the city and find out where they're located, and I'll touch base on that. The resources tab you're going to be using in depth. I'll cover that in brief, what everything is there. About us is just some company history, both on NBC International and ETi. And then the contact us. This is actually going to have your name as a rep agency by the area that they scroll over for the map. Additionally, it's going to have contact information for the sales team. So these are some of the functions we're going to go through today. One of the main things you're going to need to do first when you come onto the website is you would go into the rep sign-in page. So the rep sign-in page, you obviously drive here first, go into etissl.com, and then in the top right corner, it's going to say rep sign-in. When you click on rep sign-in, it's going to pull you to the username and password section. Since I've actually already got a username and password, it's saved here. Once you click remember me, it's going to save you in the system, so you don't have to go back through. If you wanted to view your password, you click on the I icon, and that would actually allow you to view your password, and you won't have to go through the process multiple times. So we're going to go ahead and log in real quickly. And once you're logged into the system, it's going to pull you back to the main homepage, except now you're actually logged in. So when you're logged in, you have some of the things that were up top. Before, you only saw rep sign in. Now it says log out. Wherever you see log out as an agent, that means you're in the backside of our system. So the very first thing I want everyone to be familiar with, that I think is very important, is down here, midway through the page. And if you could, if anyone has their microphone on, if you could please mute yourself so that everyone else can hear clearly, I would be much appreciated. In the middle of the page, you have access to the specification and documents library. That's the first tab. The next tab is total lighting solutions. If you wanted to get information about product from our factory or product for custom build, you would do total lighting solutions. Sonia, if you could put your phone on mute, please. Thank you.
Sorry.
No worries. 2020 catalog, if you wanted to access that, it is available here. It's actually going to give you a downloadable PDF. You can copy and paste the link straight to a client into email. ETi TV, this contains all the videos that we've done. I'll touch on this in just a bit. Where's the ETi trailer? This is going to cover the trailer.
My mute's not working. So you're in. When you see the computer,
Sonia,
then dial in.
Sonia, can you please put your phone on mute? I'm sorry. You're still still popping up here in audio. Where the ETi trailer is, that's an option for you. And then where to buy, which I touched on briefly, that's going to be all of your distributor locations. So for purposes of this, as a team, you've logged into the system at this point. It says log out at the top. If you want to go into a product category, there's actually 3 ways that you can go into a product category to find what you're looking for as far as inventory. The first thing you're going to be able to do, to access the product, you can click on the individual image. These image pans are located here. These will take you to a product category. If you don't want to go that route, okay, thank you. If everybody could please make sure your microphone is on mute, please. There's actually still quite a bit of background noise. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that from Patsy. Okay. So if you want to look at ways to get into the system to find a product, there's 3 different ways. I'll touch on this one more time. Downlight in your pictures for your categories are right here in the middle. If you don't want to access it that way and you know where you want to go and you don't see a pan here that you want to select, you can also go to the left and right for these pans to select different categories. You can go up to products up here. You can access the same document settings here by sectional choice. So you can click on recessed downlights, or if you wanted to access recessed downlights, you can go right here to the downlight section. Then the last option you have, if you know a model number and you want to get to that specific model number, you can use the search icon. You can come in here and actually search. I will show you these functions individually so you know how to use each one. For initial start out, I'm going to click on downlights. So this is actually going to take us into the downlight section. So when it takes us to the downlight page, when you're logged into the system, there's going to be a product highlight feature up top. So this product highlight feature, in this case, it's highlighting our 4-inch and 6-inch nightlight downlight. For the demo, I'm going to go through the very first item listed here. So all of our products are going to have a picture of what the product looks like, which you can zoom in on by clicking on the plus button. It has a descriptive of the unit itself with the 8-digit model number, the description of the product. Right below that, it's going to have your pricing point. Now, these prices are not visible if you're not logged in. We're on the backside in the Rep Portal. It's also going to have the quantity in stock available. So down here, we have 1,287 of the 6-inch low pro. When I click and I say, okay, that's the product I'm interested in, I would click on the 6-inch low pro. So this would give you an example of what the 6-inch, okay, I will have to address that towards the end. We'll take the question at the end there, Glenn. Thank you. The 6-inch low pro, this is an example of what it would look like when you click on the product. You're going to have the pricing point up here. You're going to have your stock inventory, which was the same on the main viewing tab screen for all of the recessed downlights. You do have an option button to order a sample. I'll show you how to do that online. All of your key features, anything you might want to have as far as a selling point as a salesperson, we do give you key product features right here. These are things you may want to talk with about your distribution, distribution partners or with contractors on the fly. Now, I'm showing you via a computer. You can also show this off via your mobile phone. Same access. The difference is when you go in your mobile application on your iPhone or your Android or your BlackBerry, whatever you may have, most people have an Android or an iPhone. It's going to be the very last setting. At the bottom of your selection options, it's going to say Rep Login. Same thing as what you have on our website. If you have compatible accessories for a product, anything that's available as an accessory will be listed here. You can actually click on some of these accessories and it would take you straight to that page. If you go down here, it gives you the basic specifications of a product. And then down at the very bottom, these documents here are also located up at the top in the documents library, which I'll address here in just a minute. So this is the basic walkthrough for you to be able to see the quantities that are, these are the distributor net, these are your DN 10% price points. So these are the pricing points that you see on your price list. So these are not suggested retail, these are not MSRP, these are our actual distributor net pricing points. a very good question. I was able to address that one there very quickly. So this is how you're going to see the product. But let's give an example for you look at a product that is not in stock, or you know a model number and you want to particularly check if that item is available. You can come to the search function. So just since I did that pretty quickly, you have your magnifying glass right here next to the newsletter button. You click right there. You can come up here to search. And in this case, I've already got a preset set up. Now, as you search, the more you use this site, it's going to save what your presets were. So in this case, I'm going to search for 3-inch low pro. The nice thing about this search result, for everyone that sees what's on the screen, it also tells you the accessories that are available to go with this. So you can actually see where this would be located under trims and guards. It tells you some of the features. It tells you what product it's compatible with. So for example, my customer wants to buy a 3-inch low pro. Say new pricing came out or a new product was featured, and I wasn't aware that there's a replacement for this product. I'm going to walk you through what a legacy product would be so you can understand some of the things we put into the site to help you more easily find the right solution. So this example we have here is a 538-09111, fancy speak for a 3-inch low pro with a plastic junction box. You can obviously click on these different pictures. If you would like to see different images, you can also copy these images, send it to your customer. Just another feature you have to quickly get access to what you need. Now, if it is a legacy product, meaning that it's discontinued, it means it's been moved to MOQ or MTO. MTO means made to order, and MOQ is minimum order quantity. So some of these products will be MTO if they're legacy. For example, if a customer really wanted this particular plastic junction box, we could actually make it for them at the factory. But we tell you up here that this product is no longer available as a standard stock and flow item out of our headquarters in Wheeling, Illinois. We tell you that it has an MOQ and there's longer lead times. What we ask you to do at that point is call customer service, contact your TSM, give me a call Jennifer Moore in Inside Sales, whomever your main comfortable point of contact is. Basically, in a nutshell, get in touch with us. So when this product is out of stock, particularly, normally you would not have inventory here available right here. It does still list a price point for you to tell you what the legacy item costs. It gives you the key snapshot features of it, but it tells you where it lives. Down here, it says that it's a legacy product, and it tells you where it resides on our website. Now, the nice thing we just added to this, which I think is a very good benefit, it tells you its replacement partner right here. So replacement products are closest equivalent. We're going to try our best to list every replacement option available. Again, this is if you haven't logged into the site before, or maybe you're not familiar that something was phased out. We're going to be updating this as we do a phase out of an item. So you're going to have a replacement solution available. So in this instance, the replacement is a 3-inch low pro. So I'm going to click on this here. So comparing this to the 3-inch with plastic box, we've updated the feature. It's got the updated product picture here with the metal junction box. It's got the part number. It's got the quantity in stock. It's got the pricing. So everything else is the same. It's got the product features. Again, this is what you would talk about with your client or customer about this particular item. Maybe you copy and paste the key product and features into an email blast or a marketing campaign through Constant Contact or MailMonkey, whatever it may be that you use to get the information out to your clients. But this has all the information that you would need. So for example, let's say you want a sample of this product. We have 931 in stock. So as a rep logged into the system, again, the logout box is shown here. That indicates that you're in our system. You click on order a sample. When you click on order a sample, it's going to drive you to our order page. And because I clicked on order a sample while I was in the product, it has now put the 3-inch low pro canvas into my shopping cart. Now, when you access the shopping cart, there's one thing you have to do here. It has a preset that shows 1. That's actually just a placeholder for the box. So you come in here and you delete the 1, and you're going to put 1 or 2 or 3, whatever whatever it is you may want to put in here for ordering purposes. Now we have 900 of these available. So in this case, I want one for myself and I'm going to take one to a client. So in this case, I want to get more than one sample. I don't want just this. I want to get multiple samples because that's a question that we've had. So I'm going to hit update cart. When I update the cart, it's actually putting this into our bucket. So now, using one of the three ways that we would access product, being able to access the individual SKUs, I'm going to show you how to access via the products tab. So while I'm in the shopping cart, I go, okay, I'm ready to buy or put in my cart. I shouldn't say buy, but put in my cart at no cost another sample. So I'm going to stay in the recessed downlights here. I'm going to go to our Twist-to-Fit SMD6 surface mount disc light. So for the disc light, it's now going to take me back to the page where all of our disc lights live. It has, again, because we're in the system, the pricing point, the quantity is in stock. We have 3,127. Now, questions on inventory you may get, and I'll go ahead and address this real quickly for you. The inventory that we show, it reflects after 24 hours. So whatever was in our system yesterday, today has now been reflected as updated. So anything we shipped out, for example, I looked at this last night, we had 10,000 plus units in stock of this item. We now show 3,127. That tells me, because I know the system, that it has been updated. So in this case, I want to order an SMD6. So I click on the SMD6. Now, for those that don't know, this is our SMD6 surface mount. It mounts with a twist fit. You can click on the picture, shows you the mounting options. Again, this would be a good option for your customers to see. But in this case, I know I want this. I don't need the ETi Advantage. I don't need to know the compatibility stuff. I just want to add a sample to my cart. So in this case, I got 3,000 to choose from. I click on order sample again. Excuse me. It's now going to add this surface mount disc light to my sample. Again, I will need to update the cart so I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the number is in the box. But in this case, same scenario. I want one for myself to show, and I want to send one to customers. So I'm going to click update cart. Now that I've updated, it shows that I have this here. Now there's no coupon code, nothing to apply here. This is a feature we may eventually update to do some type of promo piece on it, something of that nature, but that's still in process. But for now, there's nothing you have to do. There's no charge for these items. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to checkout. When I proceed to checkout, now it's already got my information. Now there's two options that you have available for you right away. The only difference between the two is whether or not you check the box right here that says ship to a different address. So this box, I'll highlight it, is right here. If you don't need to ship to a different address, you want it to go to you, then you can simply just uncheck the box. And when you uncheck it, it's going to give you the same option as you had before when you were going to ship to a different address. All of this other information goes away. It does give you order notes. So if you had something particular, say you were sending this to a job site and you said, must drop off prior to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. EST, call Larry at 1-800 or 1-800 123 1234. And I'm just going to put test in here because this is not a real order. Now, for billing information, you would fill in your details. I'm not going to go through and fill it all in, but mine's already saved. Once you fill it out for yourself once, it's going to auto-populate and give you options here to go ahead and pre-populate and fill this in. So once you fill all this in, there are a couple of boxes down here, which I'll empty out, but these are required. Everything with a star is required. So opportunity name here, let's say we're doing something with CED, Augusta, which I'm going to use them as an example later. We'll say CED, Augusta, samples for Chris. And this is test. And then we think that we're going to get 100,000 units out of this deal. So right now it tells me the same information I had in my shopping cart down here. Tells me there's no cost. Tells me there's no cost for shipping. And at this point, you would go to place order. You check all your information, everything's good. You've told them the options and the detailed notes over here on the right, and you plug it in. So at this point, we would place an order. So once it actually processes the order, which is being a little slow on my side, it's going to tell you that everything went. Here is your order number. It tells you the date you ordered it. Now the email address that you plugged in on the billing information, that is where it's going to send the confirmation of your order. My phone just pinged telling me that I placed an order. Thank you for placing your order with ETi. And it tells you that you ordered 2, so it denotes that you have 2, so you don't have to ask that question, hey, did I actually order 2? How many did I get? It's got all the information here. It's got my notes, and the notes are going to be visible to the people processing the sample order as well. So this is how you would walk through and order a sample. This is going to be one of the more powerful tools that you're going to use because it allows you to do it on the go. Another thing that a lot of people run into that they want to do other than check inventory, confirm the pricing, and place a sample, a lot of times what you're going to want to be able to do is you're going to actually want to be able to fill out a defective form. Now, in the past, you've had to take a defective form or an RGA form. You've had to download it. You've had to print it. You've had to hand fill it out. You've had to scan it, send it back into customer service. You don't have to do that anymore. For this example, I'm going to show you how to do a defective material form. So right here under resources, again, you can access these other great tools, but for purposes right here, I'm going to go to defective material form. When I click on this defective material form, it's actually built into our website. This defective material form right here, I'm going to punch in the customer. For just this exercise, I'm going to pretend like I am the customer. So ETi solid state lighting, it's got my email, it's got all of the information from the customer. Distributor, we're going to use CED Augusta again because I used them again. I'm going to put it as test. Phone number 123-123-456. And we're going to go through and put an email, put chris@ced.com.co. Now, I'm doing that because I don't want it to actually send to an email address. We're going to do this as 720. Again, this is made up. So for this in particular, you need to tell us what you want to do. So you're going to say, in this case, you want a replacement product. And here's where you basically put the information on the non-conforming. What happened? What is the information? This is the last bit that you fill out. So in this case, we're going to just say that we had a 538-09111. That's the 3-inch that we had before. If you have a lot number, you can fill it in. Quantity, we'll say there's 10. PO was CDA 123 test because that's the information I had. We're going to say that it was, we'll go and use this date here. Marge, no. So Marge asked the question on defective. So this is actually built into our site. So if you go to the resources tab up top, and I'll go ahead and cover that real quick. I'm in the form right now. So let me finish the form. I'll get back to it. It's actually in our website. So then you come down here and you can select all of your functional pieces you might want. So in this case, we'll say it's a BO2 defect. This says the whole light's flashing. You tell where it's installed. We say residential. Say it's a house. We say it's 65 degrees. Put the humidity at 35%. Say it lasts for 3 weeks. That's basically how long it lasted before it failed. We'll say it was used for 4 hours in a day. And we say we didn't use a dimmer. So we'll put NA. Additional information. 10 units noticed by the contractor as failing. Okay. When you're done here, you filled everything out, you hit submit. When you go through your submit page, it's going to tell you thank you. Appreciate you doing that. So this is going to get you where it's going to say thanks. We'll be in touch soon. Now somebody for the defect is actually going to get in touch with you, so you can actually have somebody reach out to you and say, hey, I need more information. Somebody like Sonia Betsy is going to reach out to you and say, hey, I need to get a little bit more information here from you. They may or may not do that. If you filled out the form to the best of your ability, it's all available there, quick and easy. Now, in the event you go, well, I don't really know, how do I help my customer through a problem? How do I help my customer through an issue? That's also available here on the resource. Okay, Marge, I'll get that checked out for you. Looks like she's saying she's having some problems with the defect material form. So we'll get that figured out for you, Marge, not a problem. If you have questions on defects or problems with a product, you can actually click on troubleshooting right below the defect material form. The interesting thing about this tab, it's going to give you our generic responses or issues you might encounter and things you might want to check out. So these are the same things that run in our instruction manual when you do install, but this puts it all on one easy page for you. This might be something you use, it might not be, but I want to point it out because it's a new thing that we added to our site. So this is going to give you examples of different things that could have occurred with your product. For example, a light fixture flickers or makes a buzzing sound. It tells you things you can possibly have going wrong, including checking out our compatibility list of dimmers. So that's something you want to look at. It could be a potential good resource for you. So that's the troubleshooting piece. If you wanted to look at different items such as our lighting projects, if you wanted to showcase something to a customer, this is just to make everybody aware. This is under the resources tab as well. These are lighting projects that we've completed. Now, some of you on the phone will actually see projects that you've submitted to us. We're continually updating this. Some of these are very generic and some of these provide very specific information. So it looks like you can basically submit any project that you want, and we highly encourage you to do so. The more projects we get on our page, the more legitimate our project showcases are. And all you have to do to submit these is simply send in a picture. We prefer before and after if you have them. But if you just have the after photos, send them in to us and we can put them up online. We don't need specifics unless they allow us to use their specific name. You can label it school gym, you can label it indoor grow facility, or just a residence. Sonia's saying yes. Yes, the RMA form will be online. We're working on that right now. So the RMA or RGA is the next thing to go online. So we are putting that up online. That'll be any day now. So this is the project stage for you. Now, some of you, because you're virtual, I do want to show this real quickly. I'm not going to click on any particular video. Most of you have received these videos from our marketing team, our marketing emails. But just in case, I've had a lot of people ask, do you have a video on how to retrofit a gate? Do you have a video on your indirect direct? We do, and it's all on our website under the resource tab. So if you click on ETi TV, you can actually take these videos, you can right click them, and you can copy the link, send it to a customer. You can click on the video, watch the video, show it to your customer on your phone, show it to them on your iPad, etc. We have quite a few on here. We're going to continue to expand this. We're going to try to produce a video a month to add to our ETi TV section. So if you weren't aware this is available to you, this is readily available and a very useful item for you to look at. So again, this is something I think could be very helpful for you as you're trying to go out and make sales calls. Some of the other things you might want to know, warranty information is on here. When you click on your warranty information, for example, it's going to give you our actual written warranty. You can send the customer the direct link up here for etissl.com/warranty. Or at the very bottom, you can actually download the warranty. If someone said, hey, I need a copy of that, I don't want a link, I want the actual paper, you can go for that right there and hit download warranty. So that's something that is a good feature as well. Where to buy section, this is one I said I would cover for you real quickly. So in where to buy, we are in process of updating this. But in general, this is going to put who our agents are associated for various areas. For example, I saw Mitchell just logged in. So Mitchell in Alaska Pro Sell Agents is right here, has your phone number, has your website, linking to the line cards where we would exist. It has Jennifer Moore listed as the inside sales part. If we ever have a state that's divided, it's going to be listed out like this, defining who covers what. So for this example, Mitch Griven covers the Panhandle in Florida, Cahaba Sales Group covers the Panhandle, and Coast to Coast Sales covers the entire state of Florida for us. So it has their contact information on the map. So this covers a little bit. This covers a little bit on our partners. But let's say you know where you want to go. You want to find a commercial and industrial customer, and in this case, you want to look in Augusta. Right? Augusta is very generic, but we're going to see if our site will allow it to pull up. So based off the word Augusta, which is a city, it actually pulls up the distributors that buy from us in the surrounding vicinity. Now, we're continually cleaning this up. We are going to be making, for example, here, this is a very strong partner, Consolidated Electrical Distributors, also known as CED in Augusta. So this particular distributor buys a good bit from ETi. We're actually going to be highlighting this in the next coming round as we make improvements, and they'll be listed in a much bigger format than the others here. Because they buy from us in good quantity, we want to help support their business. Another thing you can do, I'll just use the example, my name in Texas. This is a different way you can search. You hit submit. This would be in my Duhan or Hodges Southwest territory. These are going to pull up who we have more information on. So City Electric Supply Kyle, they support us. They have their location right here. It pulled it up based off of Kyle, Texas. So you can search this by zip code. You can search by city. You can search by just the city name if you want to do that, or you can do a combination of city and state. So this covers the where to buy section. So this is something, again, that could be very useful for you. If a distributor says, hey, I'm on your website, can I be on your website? Get us that information. We are in process of updating that right now. There are some that are not fully on here. We're going to continue to improve this, make it better, easier enhancements for you as well. So as of right now, you understand where you're located on the website. You understand how to get a sample, how to order a sample. You understand DMF form, filling it out online. We will be adding RGA or RMA forms online as well. We've gone through a little bit on ETi TV, which is where our video access is located. And we've gone through the where to buy section to find distributor partners as we have right here. One of the last things I want to cover with you really quickly, this is our documents library. So this is something in our documents library you do have access to. The nice thing about this documents library is you just have to follow our categories as they're listed here. They're also set up the same way here. For example, if I want to look up the SMD6 downlight section, and I want to look at the product that I just got a sample of. Say a customer says, hey, can you send me a spec sheet? You say, sure. You can't remember the part number. You can go right in here and search by category. You click on the plus arrow or you can click on the bar. Either way, it's going to pull it up either way. When you're in the SMD6, it's going to take you to the same links that are at the bottom of each individual page that you pulled up. Some things you might need access to are IES files. I know Brent from Cahaba does a lot of layouts for us. You may want to get a downloaded file of the IES. When you click on this, it's going to download it onto your computer. Now, most computers can't do IES files, so you're going to simply take that IES file and put that up into the program that you want to use, whether you use Visual, whether you use a software from a free service, or you use Brent with Cahaba to do a full layout. All of the data files that we have collected are in our documents library, are located here. So this could be another, we're trying to give you multiple avenues to access the exact same information. So hopefully this helps you find the product that you need, find the specifications you need. And some of the key features and benefits are that now you can use our website as an interactive portal to get the samples you want to your customer, ship it to them directly, ship it to yourself, whatever the case may be. There's no limit on what you put in the system. There may be limits. You may get a phone call if you try to order 30 samples of one unit and 30 of another and 30 of another. You may be getting a phone call, but for the most part, our policy for sample ordering is pretty lenient. We're going to continue to enhance this. We're going to continue to add more to this site. But as of right now, these are some of the things we wanted to show you. We didn't want to take too much of your time today, but we did want to show you some of the features and highlights as far as what we have available for you. Everything ranging from product to the documents, where a contractor could buy, or again, if you were in a city, you wanted to know who was available in your area to sell to that supports ETi, you could go to where to buy as well. The resources tab, a lot of these are self-explanatory. If you want to use any of these, feel free to go through and search these on your own, about us and the company, and then the contact us page to get a hold of your territory sales manager, get a hold of myself, get a hold of customer service, get a hold of inside sales. All of that is available to you. So at this time, I'm going to open it up to questions. It looks like we had quite a few that came through. Hold on, let me go to the top real quickly and let me see. Okay, so we answered for Glenn. You asked a question. The portal is active right now. Mike, thank you for taking care of that. Joe, I think we answered that for you. It is your distributor net pricing that's listed on our website. Marge, we're getting the DMF and RMA figured out for you. Not a problem there. Sonia, same thing for the RMA. And then will you add an area and resource that lists Okay, so Shelly asked a question, will you or can you add an area in the resources that list individual item dimensions? Okay, so Shelly, most of our spec sheets are currently in process of being updated right now. They should be in the new spec sheet. I can certainly address that with you offline, but I believe most of that information should be on there. I do have a UPC file in Excel that I can send out to you that is in Excel format. It's not as clean and pretty as what you would find on our website, but I do have a document that can give you every product with dimensions, pallet quantities, the things you're asking for here. I can send that out to everybody along with the recording. That's perfectly fine. Leslie, are your videos on your site only, or do you also have a YouTube channel? We do have a YouTube channel. We'll get some of the information out to you, Leslie. We'll send it out for everybody. There's actually a link to ETi TV on YouTube. Just so you're aware, we also have a LinkedIn page. Go follow us on LinkedIn. We have several hundred people that follow us now. Might be a great thing for you to look at. So we have multiple avenues for ways to see us online, and we're going to be doing more and more with our marketing campaigns as we go. So far, Liana and Felicia have done a phenomenal job getting us to this point on our website. So kudos to the marketing team here at ETi for doing that. But if anybody else has any other questions, let me know. Looks like Mark Bruno asked me a question in private, but it makes sense for everybody. It says, can you add an option so you can print or save the defective material form? So real quickly for everybody, if you're still on the defective form, you can actually click into forms here. So as we update this, just to be clear, we do have the defective form online here under the resources tab. We're going to add the RGA form right here above it. So that will be a new addition you'll see coming in the next couple of days. If you click on forms right here, you would be able to go to all of our forms. And when you click on these individual forms, I don't know if it'll show you on my screen. Let me pull up my computer. So if you look at my bottom left, that actually is a downloadable version of the form. So every one of these forms you can actually download to your computer if you prefer to do it that way for whatever reason, or a customer says, hey, that's great. Thanks for submitting that. Can I get a copy? No problem. It's right there for you. You just click on forms. It's a different way to drive to the information. Same thing with a sample request if you wanted to do it. Credit applications here. Thank you for bringing up that, Mark Bruno, because that brought up talking about these items. All of this is available for you here in case you need it. So I think these would be great resources for you. Glenn, you asked a question here about merchandising material. Are they available for order on a sample order example banner? So right now, Glenn, we are still working on under the resources tab, you have merchandising material. This is one I did not click on. I'm going to drive to this very quickly, trying to be very conscious of everybody's time here. When we go to the merchandising material, it does have your options for your merch that you want to get: banners, counter displays, and promotional items, like the ETi hat that I'm wearing here, any of these other things that you have. So for banners, you can click on them here. You go right below. It's going to tell you what they're called. So you can actually put this on a sample form and put that you want this ordered. We are working on getting this added to our online shopping cart. It's not there yet. That is probably one of the last pieces we still have to do. But you can actually just call up customer service and say, hey, I just submitted. Here's my order number from my sample. I want to order a display. And it gives you what the display number is here for these items. So for example, if you wanted a nightlight display, it's right here. It's going to tell you display-DLMM 7.5 inch. You got all the information here on all the displays, and same thing with merchandise. You want to come here, and if you want hardback catalogs, right here. If you want binders, it's binder 20, so on and so forth on down the line. These hats are very popular. Great way to get free sales. Give everybody a hat. Same thing with a koozie. Everybody likes to drink Coca-Cola. Everybody likes a hat. If you're in the north, everybody likes Pepsi, etc. So this hopefully answers a lot of the questions that everybody has. If anybody has another question you want to ask offline, or you think of a question, feel free to reach out to us. Reach out to anybody on the team. Thank you so much for joining the call. We appreciate you taking some time out of your day to understand our website, how it can help you. We're just trying to make business easier for you. And thank you so much, and everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for jumping on. We appreciate your time. Thank you.